Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakah Kwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and Kwam Yashuala to the house of David, rise up. Yes, Kwam Yashuala means rise up. And we're rising up. The house of David is rising up, and we're continuing to hasten the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So yeah, this image here is Lionel. Lionel is a member of the Thundercats. And I ain't even kidding. Because I look at this image and I get inspiration, man. Words that come to mind like morphing, assembling. Yeah, I done a video. I went into all the some of the so-called superheroes, which go back to the Bible. And I looked up, though I want to look up this word here now because that's what comes to mind. To morph. Because if you heard of the Power Rangers, some of you guys, some of you brothers that were into the cartoons, not that long ago, you were into the but the words that come to mind, and I kid you not, I actually see those images, I get inspiration, and I ain't gonna do a video unless I get unless I'm feeling it in some way, feeling some kind of inspiration for me to go into the precepts and bring out Yahweh Ratazah, be edifying. But yeah, let's look at this word here, man. Morph, to morph, because this is a word that's going around in my mind. Change smoothly from one image to another by small gradual steps using, it gives a little example here, computer animation techniques, right? Undergo or cause to undergo or gradual process of transform. So we have the transform, and we'll look up a little bit more, going a bit more in depth in this word, because there's always a method to the madness. We know we're peculiar people. We don't need people pointing it out. We know we are, and that goes back to the scriptures. But there's a method to the madness, man. Right. Another word for morphing is transit, to change, to form, or character of transform, interactive, to undergo transformation, especially to undergo transformation from an image for one object to another, to that of another, especially by means of computer simulation and computer. There's a word I'm looking. I want to get it. Hit the. Oh, here's another one here. The synonym is to alter, to modify, to transform, to contort, to distort, to deform, to doctor. Oh, doctor, we know what that means. That's on a negative there. To doctor up something means to falsify. Mutate. Right, transmute. Let's bring out some more. There's a bit more here, man. What's the right? So that's it, really. You know, to change the form or character of transform. Transit, because that the word morph, I would put it to you. The children of Yashuala, the house of David, is morphing into something big. As it says there, to transform, we're transforming. The Most High is putting us through certain things. Maybe just little things that you have to work out, conundrums that you have to put together, little obstacles that you have to overcome, to change you, to bring you, to strengthen you, to make you into something better. And that's what you call, or what Google calls, morphing. But the scriptures have other words. We're going to get to the precepts. We're going to get to some scriptures. I want to look at this other word that's been going around too. Assemble. All these words that, when I look at this image here, to assemble, right? Because they're known, the Thundercats are known for their catchphrases, right? As a matter of fact, we're going to bring out some of the catchphrases of the Thundercats because, like I say, there's a method to the madness. To assemble. Assemble is in the etymology. To assemble. As I went into one of my videos, one of my walking talks, was when we went into all the catchphrases of the so-called superheroes, right? And to assemble is one of the catchphrases of the Avengers. Avengers assemble, and I broke it down. That's exactly what's happening now with the House of David, right? Collect unto one place and to transansit or transansitive. It's lucky if I'm butchering the words. I might butcher some of these words because some of them is big words. Meet or come together. From old French assembler, come together, join, unite, gather. From Latin assimilar, to make, like, liken, compare, copy, imitate, foreign, pretend, latter, together, together, from assimilating, from of old. You get the gist of it there. To make, like, from stem of symbols, like, assembling of the same kind. It also was for couple. All right, so you got the point there. Couple sexually, meaning to put parts together to manufacturing. So, like I say, there's a method to the madness. This is another. What Google has to say about it. What does Google have to say about assembling? Because when we went to the gathering, the Hanukkah, was it the 28th of November, a couple of weekends ago, we had an assemble. We gathered together, and there was something spiritual that happened. And I didn't tell the brothers, but I actually had a dream before we had that gathering. I had a dream that we met up with spiritual power, and we was all naming different. We had different abilities, different strengths, and we done that thing. The Three Musketeers thing, all for one and one for all. And we done that. If you saw the Three Musketeers, some of those movies, they always do that thing, all for one and one for all, and they join hands. Just like some of these groups of the Avengers, they do that thing too. That initiation thing, that joining hands thing. The Fantastic Four do the same thing. Join hands, that assimilating thing, getting together, assembling, and we're assembling now, man. You know. So I say that to say, let's look at this word assembling. Get together, gather, collect, meet, muster, rally, congregate. Right, that was a congregate. We congregated together, and that's what we do when we meet up to go on the highways and on the byways. Whether we're aware of it or not, we're assembling, construct, build, and we're building. And whoever walks past, they either get built up, or if they're of the wicked, they get the truth. They get hit by the truth. Whatever way, however it affects you, that's completely up to you, or more so up to the Most High. The truth is the truth can build you up, can make you, or it can break you. If you're wicked, it will break you. Fabricate, manufacture, erect, set up. So all those assembling groups, the X-Men, the Power Rangers, it's morphing time. It's morphing time. Or there's another one that just come to my mind. It just went out, but it's gonna come back. The X-Men, you got the Fantastic Four, you got the Avengers. Oh, the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds are go. So all these things, man, there's a method to the madness. Let's take a look at this, because there's a method to the madness. And anything that I find that inspires me to do a video, I'm gonna go there. Some people are gonna like it, some people are gonna say People are going to have their own opinions, but I'm going to bring it out. Let's bring this out, man. Let's hear this. Brings back memories.
From beyond any known galaxy, bringing with them the laws and ideals of their new planet Thundera, come the Thundercats. Jaka, the wise. Tigra, the invisible. Chitara, the quick. Wily Cat and Wily Kit, Honey Junior Duo. Control, the deadly. And the Snark. The Thundercats, all sworn to serve their young lord, Lion-O, and to instruct him in the secret of the Eye of Thundera. The eye embedded in the hilt of the mystic Sword of Omens, and the source of the Thundercats' power.
Right, the source of the Thundercats' power. Thunder. Oh man, whoever wrote that cartoon, that storyline, boy, I believe you must be a Jake, man. You must be a Jake. That is heavy. Does that make the hairs of my neck go up? For sure. I'm gonna bring out a precept. See, if it inspires me to bring out precepts, it's alright with me, and I hope it's alright with you. Amos 9:11 says, "In that day I will rise up the house of David." Right. Let me take my time. That put hairs on the back of my neck make me kind of excited, man. Amos 9:11 says, take your time. "In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will rise up his ruins, and I will build as in the days of old." The source of the Thundercats' power is thunder. That's a motivation, strengthening thing. I'm going to bring out some precepts on that now, right? Because you can't miss. When the house of David is risen up, when the house of David is in full thrust, right? When thunder starts to empower you, the Most High, you're going to be risen up, man. You're going to be risen up, and we're going to be like forces of thunder just walking, man. People are going to be feeling the energy, and they're going to drop. Some of them are going to feel the power, man, and they're going to be in fear. Isaiah 41, talking about transforming and morphing and assembling. And we're going to hit the precept in 10. It says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with thy right hand of my righteousness." The source of the Thundercats' power is thunder. 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 Oh! Oh, there's a method to the madness, man. 14 says, "Fear not." Right, because like I say, I had a vision about this. Before we met up at the Hanukkah, I had a vision. It was probably a good month before that we were together with spiritual power. We had an assembling together, and we was like bigging each other up, saying, boy, we got different powers, and we kind of like done that that all for one and one for all thing. Like, yeah, it's on and popping. Yeah, thunder. The Most High is going to infuse us with thunder, right? 14. "For thou were, fear not, thou worm Jacob." Let me take my time. Savor it. "And ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, thy Redeemer of Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. Thou shalt make the hills as chaff." You see what he's got in his hand there? Lion-O, he's supposed to be the king of the jungle. And I'm not going to say who I think he's representing, but you be the judge of it. He's got a two-edged sword there, and you see, and he's got the sight beyond sights. Lion-O sees. He has sight beyond sight. He sees what a lot of people don't see. So that's one of his qualities there. Lionel. You got Tigro, you got Panthro, you got the old wise characters in there. You got all different abilities and strengths, just like what we was talking about at the Hanukkah. All of them make one, when they unite, they make one invincible force. Lionel, Tigro, Panthro, all the different abilities. The wise one. So, right, let me read it again, man. Fear not, thou worm. Right now, we're just worms. Esau, he looks at us. Yeah, sometime again. They only shook. The only really time they really shook about us is when we're in tune with our power, which now we're doing that. We're getting in tune back with our power source. Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. And a lot of us, some of us are aware of it, some of us are not. You might be walking down the road, you might be in, your shopping centres, so you might be around your local area, and you got sometimes people giving you funny looks, or sometimes people very extra polite to you. As a matter of fact, there's a little testimony I got. I went into one of my phone shops, my local phone shop. When he deals with me on a nice kind, he gives me little discounts here and there. And I went there, and he was in hospital for the same one. The guy who serves there, the cashier who serves and he deals with me on a level. I bought my phone from him. He was in hospital for a couple of weeks, and while he was in hospital, I was seeing his colleague, and I kept asking his colleague, "How's he getting on? Any progress?" And just the other day, this week, I went back there. He was doing his thing. He was well. The one who was in hospital for a couple of weeks, he was all right. Back to himself again, and someone else was serving me, so I waited till he went into the back with his phone. He was talking, the one who was in hospital. So I waited for him to come out, and I said, "How you been? I heard you was in hospital," and I said, "I was asking for you," and he said, "Really?" And he spotted me. He was happy that I was inquiring of him, and then I asked for a 32 gigabyte SD card. When he realised I asked for him, that I was concerned about him, he was in hospital, he took back the 32 gigabyte SD card and he gave me a 64 one. So he doubled it for half the price. Actually, he gave me a 64 gigabyte SD card. So he was just, because he wanted to show his appreciation, the fact that I was asking for him. But back to what I was saying, it's because there's something about us, man. How we carry ourselves, the energy that we give off, the vibration that we give off. They know, and that goes back to what I was saying. We're coming back into our power source. The Most High is giving us that blessing. So we're morphing into something bigger than what we are. Right now we're just worms. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. That's our power source. Our power source. We're coming back to our power source. Right now we're still worms. Right now we're on a low level, a low vibration. Some people don't like us. Some people still disrespecting us. But some people are coming to see something about these guys. Something about them. Alright, 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, and that soon they won't be thinking about it. They won't be wondering if we're something about us. They will see it, according to this verse in 15. Because we're going to be a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Right. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. So the benefits of thunder, as it says in the Thundercat cartoon. Some of us used to watch it. Some of us may not want to admit it. But yeah, I used to watch this, man, and little did I know. There's a method to the madness. There's a hidden message in there. Somebody knew something, man, who was doing all these cartoons and these superhero movies. Somebody knew something, and they well know we're morphing, because the way you think they do this pandemic is all on. They're on steroids now with this pandemic, and they want to introduce the MOTB, finding all different ways which they can, the new variant, and there's videos on the new variant, and how people are becoming, either they're going to give in or they're going to become more radicalized, and then they're going to introduce those soldiers. Some of them are going to be super soldiers. They're coming with this third and final lockdown. I believe is going to be the final one, and the people that ain't going to comply, they're going to try and round them up, which that's already happening. That's already happening in Australia. They're rounding people up. People are giving their whistleblowers are giving their stories on social media platforms. What is happening? They're actually seeing people. They're looking out the window and they're seeing people being questioned, and some of them are being taken. So there will be that. They're gonna try with that over here and over in America. They're gonna come with all different ways. They're gonna try to get people to take that, and who don't conform, they're going to be thrown in those camps. What is also known that they've been setting up. People are saying they've been seeing it from the satellite. You know, people that go on that Google satellite thing, saying they've been seeing all these camps, which they're preparing. They've been preparing for the longest time anyway. But though they're going to come in like a flood, yeah, that's why he's saying there, fear not, Jacob, thou worm. I will help thee, saith the Lord, the Redeemer of the Holy One of Israel. I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. Thou shalt make the hills as chaff. Let's hit some precepts. Enough said. Here's another one. Isaiah 40:29 says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increases strength. Right? Through his power, his spiritual power, his spirit he gives you, which is described in this cartoon as thunder. And you see the two-edged sword that he's got there? When he's infused with that power, that thunder, the sword grows 3 times the size. And then you can see all when it's activated, that is when it's on, man. Yeah, that's the Most High, relating it to the house of Israel, man. Well, you think they're trying to come up with all these ways to try and get rid of this so-called God gene, right? Which I had a vision about that too. This was about 2-3 years ago that I was told by a voice. We was at some place and there was invisible like bulls coming at us, and the bulls, when they got closer, they disappeared. So I would have it, according to the vision, that the bulls kind of emerged on us, and we didn't realize it because we just thought that there was something strange happening. But in the voice I heard was that because if you was worried about having spiritual power, some of you guys already have it, and that was according to the vision I had, and I put that on video too. It was about 2 years ago, and the voice said, you already have spiritual power. It's just locked away. It's just suppressed for the time being. You have it. Stop worrying. You already have it, and it's just suppressed for the time being. So the Yahshua Allah, the sons of Yahshua Allah, the sons of God, those who have been chosen to have spiritual power, you already have it. It's just locked away, suppressed, laying dormant for the time being until the Most High are going to unlock it. And I remember having that vision, man. And I told some brothers about that. So Isaiah 40 kind of breaks it down. It says, even the youth, in 30 now, even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Right? There's all the different abilities. These in this case you got the Lionel. You got the Thundercats. Lionel is the leader. He's the one that has the sight beyond sight, the strength, and we know the lions are the king of the jungle. So you can relate that back as it you can take it for what it is. You put it together. But here's the precepts. like I say, there's a method. There's always a method to the madness. If it inspires me to bring out precepts, I'll go and do it. Yeah, let's get to this precept in Psalms 149. It says, "Let the Lord take pleasure, for the Lord take pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and the two-edged sword in their hand." Right, like I say, when he's empowered with that thunder, the lionel, the sword, grows 3 times longer. And that's why he says that, right? And he's empowered with that strength, man. The two-edged sword, as it says there. What do you think is going to happen with us, right? And this is not far-fetched. This is all. There's precepts to back it up. There's precepts on spiritual power. You can think about the ones in, is it Revelation 11 and 11. The 2 witnesses risen up. You got Ezekiel 30. Is it 35? I think it might be 37. Where the dry bones, right? They're going to be infused and risen up, which that is taking place now. It's happening now on a lower level. You got the spiritual power precepts. Let's get another one. I'll read that one again. "Let the saints be joyful. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and the two-edged sword in their hand. To execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishment upon the people. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgments written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord." Let's get to another one. To back up the one we just looked at. Zechariah 12 and 8 says, "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem." This is another spiritual power precept. "And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as an angel of the Lord before them." Right, even the feeble going to be as an angel, as an angel. Right, the David and the house of David shall be as God, and the angel of the Lord before them. Spiritual power. And there's another one in Joshua 23, talking about one man shall chase 1,000. Right, and you got that. There's another one in Deuteronomy talking about one man shall chase 1,000, or is it one man chase 100 and 10 men chasing 1,000, something to that effect. But you get the idea. Here's another one. This has got to be this is one of my favorite psalms in 18. Psalms 18. Just get to the point. This doesn't have to be a long drawn out video. The point is already made. And Psalms 18 and 30 says, "As for God, his ways are perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. For who is God save the Lord? Or who is a rock save our God? It is God that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He make my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon a high places." Giving our praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yeshua. "He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken in my hands." And this is what happened literally with King David when he was in his prime. "He teacheth my hands to war, so that the bow of steel is broken in my hands. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness have made me great." Right, that was 36. Let's jump down. The gentleness of Jehovah Ba'ashem Yeshua is what made King David great. Right, and first and foremost, he was obedient to the Most High, and the Most High called the water his beloved, and he delivered him, and he gave him victories over all his enemies because of that faith and trust he had in Yahweh Yahushua. Right, our power source once again. 50 says, "Great deliverance is given to his king, and he showeth his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, to David and to his seed forevermore. Who are his seed? That's us, Akim, the so-called black people. What a lot of other nations love to hate. You're going to rise us up again with spiritual power, whether they like it or not. So if they come in like a flood, the Most High are going to have to lift up a shield against them, and he will do, and we have faith in that. So, point is made, giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash, for giving me the strength to do this video, the spirit to do this video, rise up to the house of David, and everything the wicked have done to us past.
From beyond any known galaxy, bringing with them the laws and ideals of their deep planet Thundera, come the Thundercats. Jaga, the wise. Tigra, the invisible. Chitara, the quick. Wily Cat and Wily Kit, cunning junior duo. Handcrawl, the deadly. And the Snark. The Thundercats, all sworn to serve their young lord, Lion-O, and to instruct him in the secret of the Eye of Thundera. The eye embedded in the hilt of the mystic sword of omens, and the source of the Thundercat's power.
The source of the Thundercats' power. What is it?
Born